Hi, I'm Sophia, and welcome back to the channel. An automobile is never just a machine. It is an artifact of its time, a mirror reflecting the society that birthed it. And so, the Yugo, a modest boxy car from a small Balkan country, tells a story far greater than its diminutive frame suggests. From its inception in the factories of socialist Yugoslavia to its controversial journey across the Atlantic, the Yugo embodies the dreams, struggles, and ultimate unraveling of an entire nation. This is the story of the Yugo, a car born of ideology, ambition, and a world on the brink of transformation.
The story begins in 1953 in Kragujevac, Serbia. Here, in a former weapons factory, Zastava Automobiles was established. Initially, Zastava produced military equipment, but in the post-war years, Yugoslavia's leaders sought to shift their focus toward industrialization and civilian production. Under a licensing agreement with Italy's Fiat, Zastava began assembling cars like the Fiat 1400 and the iconic Fiat 600. These vehicles became symbols of progress in Tito's Yugoslavia, representing the promise of modernization for a nation seeking to chart its own unique path between East and West during the Cold War. To understand the Yugo, one must first understand the Yugoslavia of the 20th century. Under Josip Tito, Yugoslavia was a socialist state, yet distinct from the Soviet bloc. It pursued a policy of non-alignment, balancing influences from both the capitalist West and the communist East. This unique position allowed Yugoslavia to trade freely with nations on both sides of the Iron Curtain, fostering economic growth and technological development. It was within this atmosphere of cautious optimism that Zastava sought to create a car not just for Yugoslavs, but for the world. In the late 1970s, Zastava embarked on an ambitious project to create a car that could compete internationally. The result was the Zastava 102 prototype, which would later evolve into the Zastava Coral, or as the world would come to know it, the Yugo. Designed as a compact hatchback, the Yugo was based on the Fiat 127, a proven design known for its simplicity and reliability. The first Yugo rolled off the production line in 1980. Its small size, efficient 903cc engine, and low production costs made it an attractive choice for budget-conscious buyers. Over its production run, the Yugo was developed into several models, each tailored to meet the needs of different markets. The Yugo 45, powered by a 903cc engine with 45 horsepower, this model was ideal for city driving. The Yugo 55, featuring a 1.1-litre engine, it provided greater power and versatility. The Yugo 65, the most powerful of the lineup, with a 1.3-litre engine and modest improvements in performance. The Yugo Cabrio, a convertible version introduced in 1983, aimed at younger buyers. The Yugo Florida, a larger and more modern design introduced in 1988, intended to compete with compact sedans. While the models varied, they all shared Zastava's ethos, affordability above all else. The Yugo was a car for the everyman. In 1985, the Yugo embarked on its boldest venture yet, breaking into the American market. Spearheaded by entrepreneur Malcolm Bricklin, the car was marketed as the cheapest new vehicle available, retailing for just $990. Bricklin promised an automobile revolution, one that would democratize car ownership. Initial sales were strong, bolstered by clever advertising campaigns that highlighted the Yugo's affordability and practicality. At its peak, Zastava exported over 140,000 cars to the United States. But the Yugo's initial success was short-lived. Reports of quality issues soon began to surface. The car's construction was plagued by inconsistencies. Its engines were noisy and underpowered, and its lack of modern safety features made it a relic in a rapidly advancing automotive market. American critics were unforgiving. Consumer Reports described the Yugo as barely assembled, while comedians turned it into the butt of countless jokes. By the late 1980s, the Yugo's reputation had been irreparably damaged. Meanwhile, back in Yugoslavia, the winds of change were sweeping through the Balkans. The 1980s saw growing economic instability, ethnic tensions, and political unrest. The collapse of communism across Eastern Europe only added to the pressure. By the 1990s, Yugoslavia was consumed by violent conflict. The Yugoslav wars tore the nation apart, leaving its industries in ruins. Zastava's factory in Kragujevac was bombed during the NATO intervention in 1999, crippling production. The once hopeful dream of exporting Yugoslav cars to the world had turned into a bitter memory. Despite these challenges, Zastava managed to continue producing cars into the 2000s. Efforts were made to modernize the Yugo and introduce new models, but the damage had been done. In 2008, production of the Yugo finally ceased, marking the end of an era. Over its lifespan, more than 794,000 units were produced. Today, the Yugo occupies a unique place in automotive history. For some, it is a symbol of resilience, a car that achieved global recognition despite its flaws. For others, it is a cautionary tale, a reminder of what happens when ambition outpaces execution. Above all, the Yugo is a relic of a vanished world. It tells the story of a country that no longer exists and a dream that burned brightly, if only for a moment. The Yugo may never have achieved the greatness its creators envisioned, but it left an indelible mark on the history of automobiles. It is a testament to human ingenuity, ambition, and the complexities of an era defined by division and change. What do you think of the Yugo? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into automotive history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for another captivating journey into the world of cars and the stories they tell. Until then, drive safe and stay curious.
Thank you for watching. If you find this video informative or entertaining, please do leave a like and subscribe, as this greatly helps the channel immensely. Until next time, I'm Sophia. See you all in the next video.